my dear viewers and listeners, I'm again with you on Bazm-e-Sheikh Iqbal channel. I'm Professor Dr. Iqbal, and I'll continue my literary career. Although in my previous talk I also talked about the literary career, but it was not exhausted at all. A few things remain to be said. Since literature is my being, it is connected with my being, I breathe it with it, and there is still that spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings of which Wordsworth has talked. But it is also there, no doubt, but along with this, there is thought, there is recollection in tranquility, as Wordsworth said in his preface to his lyrical ballads. So it continues, and I have written in piecemeals. I have written many prefaces of the collections of poetry of many of my friends. Then I have written short stories and shorter stories, expressing my views, giving my views on various realities of life. All those short stories are based on facts of life, and they are real. They have only been invested in literary aroma, in literary flavor. Otherwise, they are facts of my life, and facts make fiction. The combination of fact and fiction go to the making of literary world, literary macrocosm. Therefore, I have attempted all aspects of literary genres, as I just said, short stories and shorter stories. Then I have also endeavored to translate many poems of American and British writers, short story writers, into Urdu, and they have been very much lauded by many of my friends. Then, of course, I have written articles on various problems of life, as I discussed, because I have had to write that editorial. So, in that editorial, my focus was on national, international, domestic, conjugal, social, moral, ethical, statical problems which confront every individual in his social, personal, and spiritual life. Sometimes they become an enigma. The problems become an enigma. But what I feel like is that if a problem is there, it should be pondered over cool-headedly. We should face it valiantly, cool-headedly, and thoughtfully. And this is only possible when we go through literary pieces, when we study great masters. Today I was studying Victor Hugo, a French novelist and short story writer. What he says over there is that it is not the strength that matters, it is the moral strength. It is the willpower that really matters. So willpower accompanied me everywhere, and therefore I attempted many forms of literary art. And then, of course, I had an idea, I hit upon an idea that I should start writing spontaneously. Whatever comes in my mind, it straight goes to the paper. Although in case of editorials, the same thing happened. But in my latest effort, Oot Patang. I gave it the name of Oot Patang, although my friends fight fault with the title. They say that much important things and serious things have been discussed over there. That Oot Patang is a book which contains my stray ideas, stray imagination. But it flows like anything. They are not haphazard ideas. I have written on various aspects of life, and I would call these 13, 14 writings as essays. They are essays, and essays, as you know, is what Dr. Johnson has called whatever the loose celly of the mind. He calls it the loose celly of the mind. So, in case of Oot Patang, I would say that it is a novel experience on my part. I asked my scribe to keep writing whatever I say, my amanuensis or my scribe, and he went writing. And then I asked him not to stop me when I am giving that that short stories, or that what you call, when I was giving dictation regarding those articles or essays. So, literature has been my life, literature has been my being, and I had 2 or 3 dreams regarding this and all these attempts. One was that I should practically do something for the promotion of literature and arts. That was a dream which could hardly be fulfilled in Sargodha, a city where difficulties are there, obvious difficulties are there. But somehow, where there is will, there is way. I and a few friends of mine thought of establishing a literary organization, Bazm-e-Sheikh. That is a literary organization, Bazm-e-Sheikh. We started it in the late 80s, say 85 or 86. Bazm-e-Sheikh was my dream, and it was fulfilled. Great poets, great prose writers, essayists, musicians, artists, painters attended these functions. Dramas were staged. So we have had around about 200 sessions of that Bazm-e-Sheikh. And literary essays, what you call critical essays or say thesis of that say master's level have also been written on Bazm-e-Sheikh. That is a great privilege, that is a great matter of pleasure that people have taken note of it. Then, of course, when I got retired, what you call Pakistan Association of the Blind got published a magazine, Sheikh Iqbal number of Sheikh Iqbal number of that our monthly magazine. That was highly contributed. My teachers, my students, my friends, my neighbors, my relatives, all wrote their articles. A friend of mine said, well, it would have been much better if some other organizations would have published such a number. Now, it is the will of God. We can't do anything. Things take all of a sudden. So, many numbers were published on my personality, on my works. Rishad was the first one. That was a full-fledged attempt and contained many articles which people wrote on me. Then Murray, Dastak Murray, published a full-fledged number. And of course, there are, say, 7, 8 magazines, either fully published a number or they had a, say, portion of their magazine they devoted for my contributions. So, of course, it is also highly comforting, highly pleasant to see that in one's life people are lauding, because after death there may be a few who may come up, but very few are there who assist you, who please you, who entertain you, who motivate you in your life. Then, of course, one aspect of Bazm-e-Sheikh was this, that people came and they gave their ideas, they gave their comments on our efforts, and they are also worth reading. But Academy of Letters is now publishing a full-fledged book on me. My friend Shahid Bukhari has written that, Pakistan, Urdu Adab ke Pakistani Mehman, something like that. It is about to be in my hand and in the hands of my friends, because it is in the process of being printed. And that effort is really gladdening, highly heartening, because an organization, an institution, a very worthy institution, literary worthy, Academy of Letters, is going to publish it on its own behalf. So, in my literary career, of course, I had to work hard. I had to be very friendly with all my literary writers, literary friends. When I was in Lahore, as I just told you, for 3 years, I also held functions over there in Johor town. So, in 20 or 25 or even 35 years, they were wholly dedicated to the advancement, to the promotion, and to the expression of my ideas and thoughts. Yet my brain is teeming with ideas. They won't come to an end, because I ever keep thinking, life ever keeps assaulting me, motivating me, asserting me, sometimes penalizing me, sometimes ennobling me, sometimes loving me, soothing me. So all these moments, all these effects of life make me write, because what I feel, I write. And this latest attempt of mine, Bazm-e-Sheikh Iqbal, again is an effort of which I am proud, because my friends have highly helped me, highly lauded these efforts, and I have uploaded around about 30 videos. They have been read, they have been seen by very many of my friends. In fact, on this difficult task could not be performed all alone. I had always a team with me, and in Sargodha there have been so many friends of mine who are with me, whose name I always publish in my books. When I publish, I always thank them. I always pay my gratitude to them. So these are a few things which I had to say today. A number of other ideas may be coming. We'll talk later on, and I hope that you would be enjoying my expression, my way of saying things, and you will subscribe this channel also, this video also, and this channel also, so that you may be knowing the latest video which I would be uploading. Thank you very much.